Hello everyone, it's Mark and welcome back. In this video I want to talk to you about getting a healthcare proxy and a power of attorney if you have been Baker Acted, and frankly this applies even if you haven't been, but let's talk about when you have been Baker Acted. Now in other videos you've heard me talk about the fact, and I've told many people that have called our office that even if they have a healthcare proxy and a power of attorney, it's not going to prevent them from getting Baker Acted again. It will not prevent their loved one from being Baker Acted. In fact, there is nothing I can do to prevent anybody from being Baker Acted. The state has ultimate power, and the Baker Act statute, Chapter 394, gives them the right to take your loved one if they meet specific criteria. And, you know, I put out hundreds of hours on the criteria by now, but needless to say, I can't prevent you from getting Baker Acted. But here's why you should consider doing a healthcare proxy and power of attorneys. Okay? The first reason is that if your loved one does get Baker Acted and you have those documents and you can present them to the Baker Act facility, it is possible, however unlikely, it is possible that the facility might actually respect the authority that your loved one has given to you, and perhaps they'll allow you to participate in this entire process, right? Help to make medical decisions, speak to the doctors, find out what's going on. And generally be involved in the process. In my experience, that doesn't happen, but it might help. The other reason it might help is that if you have a healthcare proxy and a power of attorney and we have to go to court, then we have a better argument. We can say, look, judge, not only does the person not meet criteria or their Baker Act was illegal, or whatever argument we're going to make, but they already made a determination, a year ago, 6 months ago, whatever it was, that the person who is best situated to make the decisions for them is their loved one, their mother, their father, their sister, their brother, their spouse, whoever it is, the significant other, whoever that person is, they've already made that decision. And the court should respect that and force the state of Florida to respect that too. Now, the court may or may not, enforce the rights that you've been given, because unless you enforce those rights, it's just ink on a piece of paper. But it does give us a much better argument. And there are some judges I've been in front of who say, look, the facility, the state of Florida needs to respect those wishes, and I'm going to protect them and I'm going to enforce them. And it makes winning a case a lot easier. Now, the other reason you might want to consider doing a healthcare proxy and a power of attorney is, God forbid, you become incapacitated. You get into a car accident and you cannot make decisions for yourself about your healthcare, about your finances, right? You've already given that authority to somebody else. Whoever, you're right, we just talked about, right? Husband, wife, spouse, all those things, right? Whoever it happens to be, you've already given that authority. What happens, God forbid, you have a medical condition, right? I'm 56 when you watch this video, and I always worry about my heart. I get checked up regularly, but, heart disease runs in the family. God forbid I had to have heart surgery or I had a heart attack. I mean, I'd want somebody, probably my brother because he's a doctor, but I would want somebody that I trust to make decisions for me, right? Medical decisions for me. So there's a couple of really good reasons to get a healthcare proxy and a power of attorney, and I would encourage you to use a lawyer as opposed to LegalZoom, who frankly I haven't had great experience with, and get a lawyer to do it, right? Whether it's us or someone else, but get a lawyer to do it who regularly does these documents, so that if you have to go into court or if they're challenged, right, if the legality of the actual documents is challenged, at least you've had a lawyer look over them, and they're hopefully they're done legally and correctly, as opposed to LegalZoom, who just has sort of this cookie cutter, document that may or may not be any good when you really need it. So anyway, that's healthcare proxy and power of attorney. Thanks for tuning in. I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.